Alright, y'all, it's your boy NTM, and I'm back at y'all with another video. You hear what I'm saying? Alright, um, today we reacting to how did the Spurs get away with this. But, general thing, you feel me, with this is like, Victor Wembanyama, he my favorite player, you feel what I'm saying? He's the GOAT, he's the greatest player of all time. You feel what I'm saying? He's gonna be, he's gonna go down in history. Barring injury or anything else like that, you feel me? He's gonna go down the greatest. He's unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? And the Spurs got the second round pick in the draft this year, and they got the 14th round in the draft pick. You feel me? I didn't see the draft, but I seen the two people that they drafted. But we finna see like if they gonna get better or whatever's going on. You feel me? Because right now the Spurs got 4 point guards. I think they still got Chris Paul. I don't know, but if they got Chris Paul, they got 4 point guards. They got Stephon Castle. He was a rookie of the year. You feel what I'm saying? They got De'Aaron Fox. He's a magnificent point guard, top 5 point guard in the league. You feel what I'm saying? Um, yeah, you got De'Aaron Fox. You got Stephon Castle. You got Dylan Harper, the new draft pick. They talking about he's really good. He the son of Ron Harper. You feel me? I haven't seen his game, but you feel what I'm saying? They talking about he's real good. And for them to draft him second overall as a point guard, and they already got point guards, you feel what I'm saying? You know. So, and Victor Wembanyama, it really don't matter who he pick on his team. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see what they talking about. We gonna learn, we'll figure out what's going on with a team. Like, cause I might have to become the GM. You feel what I'm saying? They might have to hire me.
This is terrifying.
With the second pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Dylan Harper.
This should be terrifying for 29 other teams in the NBA, because a team with the most generational talent we have ever seen just won the NBA draft. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant, and Victor Wembanyama. Every single one of these players is 21 and under. Every single one of these players has the potential to be great NBA players, and for a team that has the back-to-back Rookie of the Year winners, San Antonio just drafted a 6'6" point guard with all NBA level potential. A 6'6" point guard who can split defenses at will, who can get to the rim and finish in a multitude of ways. Think of Cade Cunningham, think of James Harden. He's someone who blends the craftiness of a small guard with the frame of a big guard, while still knowing how to use that frame to bully smaller defenders. A genuine star level talent. And they didn't just settle for making one great selection in the draft. No, they followed it up with the 14th overall pick by drafting one of the best defensive players in the draft, who can cut off the ball, who can shoot, who is highly intelligent offensively without needing the ball in his hands, and in back-to-back
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together.
He sound perfect already.
years, the Spurs have walked away from the draft looking like one of, if not the biggest winners. And as I just said, giving Victor Wembanyama,
Because I'm pretty sure Stephon Castle, he played defense too. You know what I'm saying? So get Harrison Barnes up out of here. You feel what I'm saying? We gone. We don't need Harrison Barnes no more.
this level of help, the entire league should be terrified. And we should talk about the kind of help he's getting, because not only did the Spurs trade for De'Aaron Fox last season, who has almost become forgotten at this point, let's not forget he's an all-star who will now be playing with the best teammate he's ever played with in the prime of his career, but they also drafted the Rookie of the Year, who got better and better every single month of last season, and now they just got themselves two guys who could be perfect alongside Wemby. And we have to talk about Dylan Harper. 19 points a game, over 4 boards, 4 assists, 48% from the field. Honestly, Harper has all of the traits of a star guard, with only one question mark over his shooting. But given he shot 75% from the free throw line, given the fact he showcased a pull-up jumper, he has touch, he has balance, you can never guarantee someone will be a great shooter, but I think there's a lot more reason to believe he will be a good shooter than other prospects we have seen in the past. And outside of the shooting, I mean, he's a bucket regardless. Just look at him here, bring the ball up in transition, going behind the back. He then stops, crosses back right, and then the ability to absorb the contact on the layup and finish at the rim. Or here where he's being guarded at half court. He goes behind his back initially, the screen then comes for him, so he splits the second defender, euros around the third, and finishes. Just in general with these clips, you will notice the change of speed, the change of direction, the fluidity with his hand. That is one word that absolutely describes Dylan Harper's game. Fluidity. Effortlessly gliding past defenders, whether it is in transition, whether it is in the half court. I don't see a world in which Dylan Harper's ability to get to the rim, to get to the free throw line, to get 2 feet in the paint doesn't translate. Obviously, you can still question his shooting and some other parts of his game, but I can almost guarantee you with his size, with his technical ability, he is going to get 2 feet in the paint almost all the time. And that'll also contribute to him being a very good playmaker as well, which is also part of his bag. I mean, just look at this play, for example, where he sprints the floor and in one motion after receiving the pass in transition, look at the spin before splitting the 2 defenders with the pass. Feel, touch, timing. That's Dylan Harper's game to a T. Or this time where he initially rejects the screen, gets to the free throw line, and when that step back jumper isn't there, he spins off the defender before finding his teammate cutting baseline. Counter after counter after counter. Finding his step back jumper isn't there,
He's seen him right now. He's seen this.
Rejects the screen, gets to the free throw line.
He's watching these 2 guys right here. He's watching them 2 guys. He's watching them 2 guys right here.
And when that...
But he knows that this guy's already helping off. He's helping off the corner. He's helping off the corner, and he has a double team on him. He has a double team on him, and this guy has to pick up. He has to pick up the roll man.
That step...
So instead of driving into that space, he gives himself time, gives him the step back.
Jumper isn't...
He denies the option. He knows that this pass is going to be there regardless.
Isn't there?
He turns quick. He looks. He doesn't leave his feet. He sees him cutting right here.
He's... spin...
He engages this defender.
off the defender.
Passes it to the corner.
Before finding his teammate cutting baseline. Counter after counter after counter. Something about Dylan Harper's game is just so instinctual. When one defender overcommits one way, he spins back the other side. He slows down and then crosses them over. He gets to the rim at will. He makes the right reads, the right dump-off passes. It just feels like he's always in control. And pairing that with Victor Wembanyama, with Stephon Castle, with De'Aaron Fox, I'm not exactly sure what role he will play, and that is the biggest question mark, but I just know he's going to be a damn good NBA player, and the star upside is just unquestionably there. And then there's the lesser known player from this draft. I'm not about to tell you Carter Bryant has the same potential as Dylan Harper. I mean, you never know, but if we're just being real, however, that's not a bad thing. On a team where you already have a superstar, where you already have someone who could be a superstar in Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle has star talent, De'Aaron Fox is an all-star, you don't need everyone to have all-star potential. Sometimes you just need someone to be an elite defender, to to be a good spot-up shooter, to be a smart cutter, to be good off the ball, and to be willing to do all of those things from the get-go. Carter Bryant does all of those things. And what I love about this is the Spurs are surrounding Wemby with defensive talent. And I think this is the best way to fast-track the Spurs being a great team. Just like we saw with the Thunder the last couple of years, you can find incredibly impactful defensive players through the draft. And last year, the Spurs were the 8th ranked defense with Wemby on the floor. He is a great offensive player, but he is already the best defensive player in the league. You have to capitalize on that by turning this team into a top 3 defense, because there is no reason with Wemby's defensive ability, the Spurs shouldn't be one of the best defenses in the league. And if you have to find players through the draft to catapult your defense, that is what you do. And then you worry about the offense as it goes on. Just focus on that defense. And if you're talking about focusing on defense, Carter Bryant is the exact kind of guy you draft with the 14th overall pick. And if you want to talk about building a team beyond just skill set and beyond just talent, everything that has been impressive about Victor Wembanyama from a personality perspective, from the guy going to China, turning into a monk and becoming the next Avatar, everything like that, Carter Bryant might not have done those things, but personality and character-wise, he just seems to be such a great person. And outside of just the humility he has shown, even a clip like this shows you what kind of player he could be.
How'd you get into studying Kamara?
Like, you have to be able to do multiple things on the floor. I kind of stumbled across Tumani when I'm on my league page. I just been kind of scanning, looking. I found Tumani. I kind of fell in love with him. It's like, it's rare that you see somebody that big picking up full court no matter who it is.
This is someone who is tapped into the NBA. Most draft prospects barely even talk about defense, let alone studying a guy like Tumani Kamara, who, by the way, is one of the best defenders in the league and exactly who you would love to study and would be perfect alongside Vic, Dylan Harper, Stephon Cuss, any team. That's how good Tumani Kamara is, and when a player says they are studying someone like that, you just know they're a sicko, and more importantly, you just know they're going to be damn good. And if you want to hear me talk about another player who is really good and shouldn't be overlooked after this draft, Stephon Castle just had a great rookie season. Consider
Let's see what's going on with Stephon Castle.
32 of the world's greatest clubs. One tournament, one champion.
If there was a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Luka Doncic on the table, they might consider it. But I don't know if De'Aaron Fox rises to that level. They may believe Castle will be comparable to Fox in a couple of years. This is what Brian Windhorst said just a few months ago when talking about the Spurs trade with the Kings for De'Aaron Fox, and more importantly, when talking about how highly the San Antonio Spurs value Stephon Castle, to the point where he has been considered untouchable in any trade package that would not involve one of the 5 or 6 best players in the NBA. That is what the Spurs think of Stephon Castle. And depending on who you ask, people would either say the Spurs are crazy for thinking he is that good, or they would say it makes perfect sense to believe that highly in a Rookie of the Year who is capable of doing things like this.
Castle. Oh! Castle elevating! Castle by one defender by 2. Oh! Castle! Much Mamu. Castle. Oh! Castle!
Normally after winning the Rookie of the Year, you would be considered untouchable on most teams. You would be considered the prized asset on most teams. But the Spurs aren't your average young team. They are built around the most talented basketball player ever. And that means every single decision they make or don't make is under a magnifying glass. And Wemby is good enough to win right now, which has a lot of people, myself included at times, thinking that maybe the Spurs should fast track that and trade for players who are further along than the likes of Steph Castle. But there is one thing that makes me believe in what the Spurs are doing. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's foolish to believe in one of the best organizations in the NBA, but I guess I'll have to consider myself foolish for doing that. And it's not as though this is blind belief. Despite Castle not having a Luka Doncic level rookie season, he still showed a lot of promise, and more importantly, he also showed a lot of improvement over the course of the season. Just look at his pre versus post All-Star numbers, where he not only improved his volume, his assists, but also his efficiency, and very notably, his free throw attempts, averaging over 5 attempts per game post All-Star break. And there's a very good reason for that. Simply put, he's just a nightmare to stop from getting downhill. This is Castle's biggest strength. I mean, well, quite literally, it is his strength, but that's paired with the ability to change speed, change direction, change angles with such quickness and fluidity. He's playing at a pace that is designed to throw off defenders. I mean, if you want an example of all of that in one clip, look at him get the pitch ahead pass, that quick burst before going behind the back to discard of Harden, and then he just tries to detonate on Zubats. Do you see what I mean with the acceleration, the deceleration, the handle, and then, I mean, trying to throw it down on a 7-footer is just the cherry on top. And he's also made plenty of plays like that where he finished it off as well. Yeah, that's a point guard capable of doing things like that. Or how about the strength he has here, where he hits the in and out in transition, slows down to bump bridges, and then the finish.
Hey, get off
me. Watch it in slow motion, that's when it becomes even more impressive. Just look at the strength to initially bump off bridges, and even with Bridges getting a hand on the ball, and OG coming from the backside, he just hangs that fraction longer before making the layup. And that's pretty much exactly what Chris Paul said on the first day of training camp about Steph Castle.
He's strong as hell too, so it's cool to see in good fight.
And most importantly, all of these attributes that he has physically, mentally, and from a skill set perspective, all of them are conducive to winning when optimized to the best version. This is it. After OKC's Game 5 performance, we are now potentially one game away from the end of the NBA season, and that means there is not long left to make your predictions on how you think the rest of these finals will pan out, and there is no place better than Kalshi to do it. I mean, just talking about those winning attributes that I mentioned, it's the passing, the defense, the cutting, the physicality. We already saw this at UConn, and I know everyone wants every high-end draft pick to turn out to be a superstar, the next Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and maybe Stephon Castle will turn out to be that good. But at the very least, I see someone with all the attributes to be a high-level cutter, to be a good passer, to be a great defensive player, and those attributes are going to contribute to winning. Even on a very specific level, his skill set is also conducive to playing alongside someone like Wemby. In particular, the inverted pick and roll, which we saw more and more of from Vic this year. How about having a 6'5" point guard who you can run pick and rolls with, who can then be the roller and attack the rim and two-handed dunk on 7-footers, or use his physicality to then draw more defenders before throwing passes to the corner shooters. That's the skill set that could thrive alongside Wemby. And this is without even mentioning the defense. This was a huge reason he was drafted so highly. And like most rookies, he had his ups and downs, but you saw the flashes.
So I
saw a full game of him.
Defenders. They got Stephon Castle. They got Thomas Bryant. Is that boy name? Bryant something, I think. And they got Wemby. I don't know if
locking up the best point guard ever. Watch him
that.
on this play. He's initially a little slow to react to Steph's off-ball movement, but with some help from Barnes, they prevent the initial shot attempt before Stephon then forces him into passing on the second attempt, and then watch his awareness on the backdoor cut before then staying attached on the water screen. About 4 different actions, all of which Castle defended excellently in the span of 5 seconds. And then there's the playmaking as well. Even if he's not going to be the primary creator on an offense, and honestly playing alongside Wemby with the way he is developing, it won't be long before he is a point center, without even mentioning the potential of Fox and Harper. But even if he's not running point guard, he still has those playmaking attributes that you want all across the board. I mean, what better example than with 19 seconds left in the game and the scores level? Castle is isolated against Curry, and look at the recognition to spot Keldon sneaking behind Draymond and the pass to go with it as well. How many rookies would have the presence of mind to make that kind of play with the scores level, 20 seconds remaining, and the opportunity for him to go for glory himself, instead recognizing the breakdown and rifling in the pass as well? And this is what I like about Stephon Castle, and this is what stands out. Even if he doesn't get the same amount of on-ball reps that he got in his rookie season, those attributes are going to hold up in a lower usage role, and they're going to hold up alongside the likes of Victor Wembanyama. And you can debate whether he should be rated as highly as the Spurs seem to rate him, but I don't think you can debate the talent and potential of Stephon.
Hey man, it's looking up for the Spurs. I feel like the Spurs they gonna win, bro. That's really the gist of it. Wembanyama is unstoppable, bro. He's unstoppable, bro. And now that he got some people on his team, you better watch out. That's the only team I'm playing with on 2K. So you better watch out. All right, y'all. I'm out.